What is up everyone, Boshi here, back at it in Raid Shadow Legends, and the first fusion of 2022 has been announced, so let's talk about it. Alright guys, so like I said, the fusion has been announced. It was actually announced earlier this morning, and it will be coming on January 17th, which is a week from when this video goes live. So like usual with all the review videos, we'll go ahead and throw the model up on the screen. I'll go through the kit and everything, and at the very end I'll give you my thoughts on if you should be going for this fusion. But yeah, let's go ahead and just jump right into it. Alrighty guys, so like I said, this champion fusion will be going live on January 17th, and it will be a fragment style summon, which is a lot easier than the traditional or even the hybrid style summons, so definitely keep that in mind as we talk through this champion, just because, you know, that can kind of persuade if you want to go for this champion or not. Even before going through a champion's kit, I definitely highly recommend going for all the champion fusions, just because you never know when you're going to need this champion and all that type of stuff. But yeah, let's go ahead and jump into the actual kit. So the name of the champion is going to be Opardin Clanfather, or Opardin Clanfather. I'm just going to go ahead and call him Clanfather. He is going to be for the Barbarian faction, going to be an HP based champion, and is going to be for the magic affinity. Now when we got the description of this champion, he is supposed to be more of a support type of champion, and you can definitely see that in his kit. But yeah, let's go through the skills. So on the A1 we have paired hammers, attacks one enemy 2 times. Each hit has a 50% chance of decreasing the target's turn meter by 5% and 50% chance of filling this champion's turn meter by 5%. Now when you look at this ability, it looks pretty bad, I'm not gonna lie. The whole 50% chance might be going up to a whole 75% chance depending on books, but the whole turn meter by 5% decrease and the turn meter fill by 5% is very low, especially when you're looking into possibly using him in the higher dungeons where turn meter kind of matters. On bosses, you're only going to get 2.5% out of that 5%, and 5% really isn't that much even if you're getting the max amount. So I unfortunately wish this was like a 10 or 15% chance, or not chance, but decreased amount. But overall, it's not going to be the greatest A1, but it is a 2-time hitter, so possibly could be used in Fire Knight and stuff like that. But yeah, definitely not the best A1 right off the bat. On the A2, we have Rally the Tribe, attacks all enemies, heals all allies by 10% of this champion's max HP, and then heals all allies under continuous heal buffs by 15% instead. And this is going to be on a 4-turn cooldown, so I'd imagine with books this will go down to a 3-turn cooldown. I do like the fact that it's an AoE hit along with a heal. Now you can combine this with someone that does continuous heals, like we just had a 10 times for Wither. You could use this with Bad L, where continuous heals are already on targets and stuff like that. I do like the whole AoE heal, and I like the fact that it's based off of this champion's max HP rather than the target's max HP, just because you can stack a lot of HP on this champion and make the heal worthwhile. So overall, I really actually like this A2. But yeah. On the A3, we have Clan Mentor, removes all block buffs and heal reduction debuffs from all allies, then places 2 15% continuous heal buffs on all allies for 2 turns. Also has a 75% chance of removing a random debuff from all allies, and this is going to be on a 4-turn cooldown. So right off the bat, I do think the also has a 75% chance is going to go all the way up to 100, and I do think that this is going to drop down to a 3-turn cooldown with books. Now, it is getting very specific when it says remove all block buffs and heal reduction debuffs. You're not really going to see those 2 buffs very often, at least in PvE. I can possibly see, you definitely see heal reduction in the Hydra, but I do like the fact that even if you're not looking for block buffs or a heal reduction debuff, you're still going to be able to remove 1 random ally or 1 debuff from all allies, which means it's a pseudo cleanse along with a continuous heal, because I do not think that you have to remove a block buffs and a heal reduction in order to get this continuous heals. It just says remove all block buffs and heal reduction debuffs from all allies, and then places 2 15% continuous heal buffs. So you're going to get 2 continuous heal buffs off of this, along with a cleanse of at least 1 debuff, hopefully if that goes to 100%. So not the best ability, as it is targeting 2 specific ones to get that 100% cleanse, but I do think you're going to be able to book it up to 100% to get a random debuff, which when you're looking at like stuff like Hydra, you're not going to have that many debuffs on you, hopefully. So I definitely think this can help out there. I think, once again, it's a pretty solid ability, nothing too amazing or great, but it's definitely not a bad ability. And then on the passive, we have Paternal. Each time a continuous heal buff heals an ally, fill that champion's turn meter by 5%. If there are multiple champions in the team with this skill, only one will activate, which means you just can't stack him or stuff like that. Now, when it comes down to it, it says each time a continuous heal buff heals an ally, so that is why they probably did make it only a 5% boost in ally turn meter, and that's just because you can have so many different continuous heals up. Bad Owl can put up 2, this champion can put up 2, that means a 20% boost in turn meter. So I definitely think that they lowered it down just so it couldn't be too abused, I guess, more or less, if you want to say it like that. But yeah, overall the passive isn't too amazing, right? When it's standing alone, if he's like the only continuous heal type of champion out, you're gonna get that 5 or possibly 10% boost depending on his A3 lands, and stuff like that, or when he uses his A3, I should say. So overall, though, not a bad passive. I saw a couple of videos out, like initially saying this is a very bad legendary, looks like an epic, that type of stuff. Right off the bat, I'm gonna say I honestly like this champion, and I know I might get a lot of hate for that, but when you look at the numbers, yeah, they're not great, right? On the A1, you only have a 50% chance without books. Hopefully that goes up to a 75% chance, but yeah, you're looking at like a 5% turn meter boost, 5% turn meter decrease. Definitely not huge differences, but it's a little bit of an add to his kit. But looking at his A2, where you're getting an AoE full on heal, especially with has synergy with other continuous heal type champions, and then on the A3 you're getting a pseudo cleanse along with continuous heals. Definitely a really good ability right there. And then you have a passive that's going to help with turn meter boosting, hopefully, especially like I said, you're going to probably run this champion with other support champions, and you're going to see that boost a little bit more. So it doesn't say, each time a continuous heal buff heals an ally that was placed by this champion, it is going to talk about all continuous heals. So overall, I do think this champion is a pretty solid one. Now, is he going to be account changing? I don't think so, but I definitely think he can help out the lower end accounts and stuff like that. If you are getting into the game, even honestly, even if you are in end game, this could be another nice support champion for you to have in the Hydra, and stuff like that. So overall, I definitely think this champion is worth going for if you have the resources. Like I said, it's going to be a fragment champion. It's not going to be a traditional fusion or anything like that. And I always highly recommend going for these fusion events, just because you never know where this champion is going to thrive and stuff like that in future content. Now, when you want to think about PvP and stuff, definitely don't think this champion is really PvP worthy, but it depends on his multipliers, right? His A2 might just hit hard for whatever reason. But yeah, guys, that's all I wanted to really talk to you guys about. Let me know if you guys are going to go for this fusion. Let me know if you guys are excited for this fusion, if you actually think this one is good, or if you'll be passing up on this fusion just to, save on resources. But yeah, I will talk to you guys later. See ya.